You've probably had someone tell you, invest in Kenyan stocks. Then you open up your app only to find over 60 companies: Safaricom, BAT, KCB, and dozens more. Which one do you pick? Where do you start? Well, by the end of this video, you'll have an idea of where to start. And we'll be using something called indices. Hi there, and welcome to today's video. My name is Gertrude, and in this channel, we talk about all things money. That is how you can make that money, how you can make that money work for you. That is through investing, budgeting, saving, and so much more. If that sounds like something you are interested in, well, keep watching. And as I've said, in today's video, we'll be learning yes, we will be having a cheat sheet code for picking stocks in the Kenyan stock market, and we'll be using something called indices. Think of indices as ready-made cheat sheets. Yes, and in simple terms, an index or indices are simply benchmarks that are used to track the performance of a segment of a market. Yeah, instead of tracking one company, an index tracks a group of them to show how the market or a sector is performing overall. So when you hear people say that the market went up, they are usually talking about one of these indices. And in today's video, we'll be looking at the indices in the Kenyan stock market, and we will start with one called the NSE All Share Index, or in short form NASI, which tracks the performance of all listed companies in the Kenyan stock market. Yes, this specific index gives you a bigger picture of how the entire market is performing. If the NASI is rising, it means investors are bullish. That means that more and more investors are buying than they are selling. If the NASI falls, the sentiment is weak. That means more investors are selling than buying shares. So you can say that the NASI is Kenya's version of the S&P 500, which is perfect for checking the overall health of the markets. Now, in 2025, the NASI, that is the NSE All Share Index, gained 51.1% to settle at 186.58 points. This reflected sustained price gains across all listed stocks at the NSE within the year. So there we have it. Number one, the NASI, which gives you a bigger picture of how the stock market, the entire Kenyan stock market, is performing. And we have seen in 2025, the NASI gained over 51%. Now, in the next video, I will be comparing this indices performance and some funds. Stay tuned for that. Now, number one, the NASI. The second index we will be looking at is the NSE 20 Share Index. Now, this index is Kenya's oldest index. It tracks the top 20 blue chip companies in the Kenyan stock market. That is the giants that drive our economy. Now, these firms are known for consistent performance and profitability. The likes of Safaricom, EABL, KCB, BAT, Equity, and others. You can see them on your screen right now. Now, for new investors, this index is a great place to start. You are basically looking at the Hall of Fame of Kenyan stocks, companies with strong fundamentals and steady dividends. Now, in 2025, the NSE 20 Share Index led the charge with 56. Yes, it rallied 56.13% in 2025 to close the year at 3,139.19 points. Yes, if you want companies with strong fundamentals and steady dividends, the NSE 20 share index is the index, not index, is the index for you. Now let's go to our next index, which is the NSE 10 index. Now the NSE 10 index is the benchmark that represents the most actively traded counters, that is stocks, in the market. It is designed to represent the performance of the market based on a sample of 10 liquid stocks. It reflects the total market value of component stocks relative to a particular base period. So the NSE 10 index contains 10 of the most liquid stocks in the Kenyan stock market. And for anyone who doesn't know what liquidity means, liquidity, when we are speaking about investments or assets, means how fast you can convert that asset into cash. And if you have been investing in the Kenyan stock market, you know that some stocks take so long for you to sell, and this specific index, that is the NSE 10 share index, gives you the top 10 most liquid stocks in the Kenyan stock market, and you can see them on your screen right now. Now we go to the next index on our list today, and that is the NSE 25 share index. Now the NSE 25 share index includes 25 of the most liquid and high performing stocks. It was introduced to capture more of the market, most of all companies that trade frequently. So the NSE 10 top 10 most liquid, 25 the NSE 25, the 25 most liquid and high performing stocks in the Kenyan stock market. Now, if you want to spot a trending or active stock, this is your go-to index. Now, the NSE 25 share index shows you where investors' money is actually moving. So in 2025, the NSE 25 share index led the charge, rallying 49.78%, while the NSE 10 share index closed at 50.9% compared to 2024. Now we are on to our next index, and that is the NSE banking index, which is one of the newest index in the Kenyan stock market. Now the NSE banking index tracks Kenya's listed banks, the performance of Kenya's listed banks as a group. And since banks dominate the market with over 50% of the NSE activity, this index is crucial. It was introduced last year, and you can see the information on your screen right now. Now, if you love dividends or want exposure to the financial heartbeat of Kenya's economy, then this is one index that you need to follow. It is the easiest way to monitor Kenya's most profitable sector as of the time I am making this video. Reminder, always do your own research first before investing in anything. The purpose of this video is to simply share information. To share information. We are done with the NSE banking index, which contains the likes of Equity, KCB, Cooperative Bank. You can see all the other listed banking stocks in this index on your screen as we speak. Now, so how do we use indices to pick our first stocks? Well, here's your cheat sheet. So to track the overall markets, you will use the NASI. So you will use the NASI to know how the overall stock market is trending. Is it going up? Is it going down? How are the investors feeling about this year? Well, you can use the NASI for that. So if you're looking for stocks that can offer long-term stability, then you would like to look at the NSE 20 share index. All right. Okay. Next, if you want to look at active and trending stocks, well, the NSE 25 share index and the NSE 10 share index are your go-to indices. And if you're looking for dividend focused stocks, well, or focused on the bank, then the NSE banking index is your go-to index, right? So here's a pro tip for you. Look for stocks that appear both in the NSE 20 and the NSE 25 share indices. Those are usually strong performers with both stability and momentum. And you already have your stocks. A quick one, a reminder, we are continuing with the 10K shares challenge. It started in January this month and it is continuing, and I'm so proud of everyone who has already joined and they have started buying their first shares. If you'd like to join the 10K shares challenge, use the link in the pinned comment section or in the description box below and leave your questions and thoughts about this video. Was it helpful? Was it not? Let me know. Quick recap. Here's your NSE cheat sheet. So if you want blue chip stocks and stability, the NSE 20 is your go-to index. If you want active and trending stocks, then the NSE 25 and the NSE 10 share index are your go-to indices. Now, if you want to know the overall health of the market, then the NASI or the NSE all share index is your go-to index. If you want stocks with dividend strength, then the NSE banking index is your go-to index. And that is it. You now have your NSE cheat sheet for picking your first stocks. Which index will you be tracking? The NASI, the NSE 25, the NSE 20, or the banking index? Let me know in the comment section below. And if you want to see how to actually analyze one of these stocks step by step, let me know in the comment section below. And watch out for the next video, which will be comparing the performance of these indices with one specific investment option that investors had in 2025 instead of picking one stock or individual stocks. Stay tuned for that. It will be, yeah, I will share it shortly.